Travel to time! Okay. Let's go and see. Voicemail is not on. Okay, good. Bob. Bob. Bob.
Oh.
Hey, man.
Oh, I just...
Yeah, there is, you bastard.
You checked on us. Now get out of here. We split this stuff up for a reason, alright?
Okay.
That's a lie. We didn't have to split up the work.
No, plus I didn't really react that you would be like that. I have no problem with it now. I don't know who Ace is, but shit him. I just want to talk to
That's why
Clover.
I sent Ace to the wheelhouse. There's something I want to ask her, and I don't want anyone to overhear us. I'm pretty sure Clover won't talk if there's anyone else around. That's why when Ace showed up again, I got a little desperate.
Ace opened his mouth and took Jumpy and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see.
Looked at Junpei over, then glanced at
I
Clover. Oh,
apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
well, it is luck, but it's not my luck, it's her luck, so... Yeah. Junpei let out a sigh, brushed a few drops of sweat from his forehead. He turned and found himself looking straight into Clover's eyes. Are you going to have it with every girl there is here? I thought of saying only 2, but there is actually 3, even though she's a mother and she probably had daughters that was the same age as this person. So perhaps not. But who knows? I don't know what this guy is like. She heard what Ace had said. She regarded Jumpy with a
What was that about?
My hair is pointing me in the eyes. She was clearly suspicious, with good reason.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Jumpy's eyes were widened and he held up his hand in a gesture of innocence.
No, it's not like that.
What's it like then?
I just wanted to hear the rest of that story. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it until now.
What story?
About the experiment, remember? The one you started to tell me. You said something about an experiment that happened here 9 years ago.
We're going to talk about that while Ace is around? Clover bit her lip. She stared down at the floor for several long moments, and when she spoke, it was barely
I'm sorry,
audible.
But I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just not in the mood, okay? You understand, right? I keep thinking about I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that to my brother? I can't forgive them. I'm not gonna let them get away with it. They're gonna pay for it. So...
Her shoulders were shaking. Drops of blood had sprung up on her lip where she was biting them. Ooh. She wiped it out and looked at Junpei with her eyes fierce and angry.
Junpei, who do you think?
Her voice was cold and scarily. Can I choose between 1 and 8? Please? I know exactly. Junpei gulped.
Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have to be at least 2 of them.
Nope. That's wrong. We already know it's wrong. Because it was the 9th man, Ace, and 2. Snake, which becomes 3 plus 9, 12 becomes 3, which becomes door 3,
You
so
need
yeah.
at least 3 people to open the numbered doors. And if you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other...
You're right. So, what does that mean?
Well, if we just look at the bracelet numbers, we should be able... Who could have opened door 3 with Snake? Well, really, who and who, or who and who?
You mean it could have been 4 people?
Who knows?
Technically, it's possible.
I don't know. That doesn't seem very likely.
Why not?
Why?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, not later stuff
Why
again.
don't we just assume it was only 2 other people for now?
Okay, got it. Let's do that then.
Well, at least you don't look...
And who do you think it could be?
Junpei crossed his arms and thought. Snake's bracelet was number 2. Which 2 bracelet number added 2 would give a detour root of 3? Oh, crap. Ah, okay. So not Ace, because you need to have 9. But it is Ace. We know it's Ace. So I don't need to say anything about that. Santa and June. Santa is 3. Yes, 3. And June is 6. Becomes 9. 10, 11. No. Then it must be 7. Santa and 7 becomes 10. Plus those 2. Then it is those 2.
Would it be Santa and 7? The digital root for Snake, Santa, and 7 is 3. Wait, hold on. Are Santa and 7?
What's wrong?
I think they only can be those 2. Because Clover is here with us. And then you go to 5, which is me. Then you go to June, which didn't work as well. Because then we need 3. Then we need 4, which is Clover. There's no point in hiding it.
I thought about it.
Under his conclusion.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what she did with the axe later. Oh.
Santa and 7. If it was 2 people, then that's the only combination that works.
Hey, wait a minute there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions? Well, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. There might be other possibilities.
Well, what other possibilities?
Didn't have an answer. It was already admit defeat when
Are
Clover
you
spoke.
saying you think that it was 3 or 4 people? I really don't think that's likely.
Why not?
Can I borrow your pen and paper?
Oh yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Jumper pulled out his pen and a pad of paper and handed it to her. I think I still have that. No, you don't have it in here. I think you have it in the DS game, so you can like write and stuff. Down several simple addition problems. Eventually she had which 8 provide a digital root of 3. Ah. A, B, C, D, E, and you don't really need to do this text for us. It's not like we can more or less see it because of all the text that is on the text.
What's this?
These are the combinations for 3 or 4 people.
Okay, so that's Clover. Shit that. That Ace. It is Ace.
These 8 combinations are the only possible ones.
My hair is a mess.
I see.
Junpei,
Yeah?
I can trust you, right?
Of course. Why would you need to ask that?
Really?
Yeah,
So then I should get rid of B, D, G, and H, right?
of course. Just cross them out. And you should take off yours too. The ones with
So, what does that leave?
A and E.
So 3, 6. Both have one have June. The other one have everyone except June.
Wait, it can't be A.
Why?
Because June's in that one. There's no way in hell she'd do something like that.
Are you sure?
She has never actually. Oh, sorry. The mic is in the bit in the way again.
I bet my life on it.
Okay then. I can cross off A too, right?
Yes, do that.
Yeah,
Well, what have we got?
E.
Isn't that everyone else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's everyone else. It means it's everyone
Do you know
else.
what this means?
Oh boy.
Everyone besides me, you, and June would be...
Do you think that's likely?
No.
If there were 4
Well,
people working
in one way,
together,
yes.
they
When
wouldn't
they
be very
understood who it
cautious.
was about, I'm just going to somehow make it a bit comfortable for me, because right now I'm sitting a bit way weird right now. So, oh, this was
I
getting
don't
good.
think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us, right?
Well,
True.
you do have a point.
And besides, if Ace and 7 are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went to the shower room with them.
Besides, they have ace and 7.
But they didn't. They didn't even if they were killers. Why wouldn't they?
Too obvious. The voice was calm, but Junpei had only to look her in the eyes to know it was forced calm. There was tears forming at corners of her eyes and was blinking furious to keep them back. Perhaps by attempting an object analysis of who might have been the killed her brother, she had been able to distance herself from the harsh reality of his death. The more she struggled to act unconcerned, the more Junpei felt his heart tighten.
I see. Anyway, it seems pretty unlikely that it was as many as 3 or 4 people.
I'm just going to check here because we have the next one, which is... I'm just not going to jump there. Captain's quarters. I still with Ace.
Yeah.
Then that means there's a good chance it was Santa and 7.
Goodness sake. I'm just going to do a thing here. Sorry, I'm gonna disappear. I have this cushion on this here, and it's a bit in the way right now for how I'm sitting. So I'm just going to move it out of the way a bit. Oh, now everything is shaking. Shake that booty. There we go. Oh, I do like this bench, this desk. I can sit and do whatever I want on it. I can sketch, I can work with paper and stuff there. Oh, it is so nice. I can actually fit in this as well. My legs are so free.
But why would they do it?
Their motive.
Yeah, what's their motive? I do like to sit in this, but somehow right now I feel way overwhelmed about how I'm sitting. I probably need to do something here. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, a bit too much, I believe. There we go. Yeah, I see it's a bit dark in here now. Sorry for that. I cannot fix any light here right now. I found a light that works, but this is an Elgato light, and it costs me more than I have right now, more or less. That's why I'm hopefully this goes actually quite well in the future.
Have I interrupted something?
Yes, Ace. Go. Bye-bye. Go.
What is it?
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you...
He turned on his heel and walked back towards the Boyle house.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Junpei looked over at Clover. He gave her a short nod. Hoped that she would be willing to talk to him again later. And followed Ace. Speaking of,
what did you want to talk about?
Bandana? I don't know where that is. I just thought I could have that on my head. I will look like an idiot.
There was something I wanted to check.
Sorry for this. Oh, wait, I'm gonna do... So,
Yeah?
okay.
What's that?
Sometimes I just want to change my mic so it actually is formed very, very well of how I'm sitting. So it's not in the way of my vision, because it's very annoying for me. We know where Ace slipped his hand in the peace pocket.
Hey, what the hell are you...
I'm just checking.
No.
He's reaching for Ace's arm. It was already too late. The old man's hand were the piece of paper Junpei had pulled up and hidden in his pocket.
Just as I thought. What exactly are these pieces of paper? You switched them, didn't you?
Well, we know this.
I can't
Ace
say that I
and
can't. I
figure
managed
out
to
that
get
we
through
will
the numbered
fake
door I
the
wanted.
last
Then-
choice.
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
Ace smiled and gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder. It was a small defeat. But it was a defeat. Junpei lost the upper hand and he knew it. He could have felt his stomach begin to tense. Oh, tensify that stomach of yours! Time travel. No, not time travel yet. No time travel yet. Time travel! Yeah. My ears. Oh, my small ears. Ooh. Captain's quarters. Back. Boop. Boop. Smash all the buttons! Look! 0!
Huh.
Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he come into this room. The 4 screens on the bottom had a single letter each on it, spelling out
Z-E-R-O. It's like he's making fun of us.
Is he though?
What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seems she was cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she had responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured towards the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Who knows, actually? When I think of it. It might be actually him, that is extra, which is 0. Fake Snake, and then the voice we can hear, which is 0. It might be 3 more people. I'm uncertain. I've never played
no
this
way
game
that's
to the
him.
end.
Didn't I tell you already?
But I know
Zero
something
is
of
one of us.
this whole story, if we say so.
Yeah.
I mean, all the games together.
Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that man could be Zero.
Uh-huh.
Don't you get it? The letters that spell 0 on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a 0 on it. It's too obvious. Look, this is 0 right here. This dead body is 0. Isn't that kind of fishy?
You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
Exactly, but is the idiot that...
No, that's not the point. So I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work.
I'm gonna sit with my keys here. I have these puzzle keys, if you can see them. I can do these in like 6 seconds. I've more or less learned how to use them. I just think it's fun to just hold them a bit when I do stuff.
I'm sure they didn't think it would work, which makes me wonder. I think this is a challenge. A challenge from the person who's really behind all of this. He's making fun of us.
Okay.
Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was 0, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking around with a 0 bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything 0 is supposed to be, just like we did. The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was 0 and put the bracelet on him anyway. Do you know why?
Why?
Like I said, he's mocking us.
In one way, yes, because the 0 is not 0, the 0 is 6. We learned that last time.
Too bad, suckers, this isn't 0.
Not that the 6th bracelet is 0, that the 0 bracelet is actually 6.
Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me.
It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles.
That's
I'm gonna
really
go get some water,
twisted.
but I will be
Sounds
right...
kind of childish.
I like this desk so much that I almost want to find my coasters I got from somewhere just to use them. But now I have water. I just felt my head is a bit weird on this side. I probably bite when I'm sleeping, so it's a bit weird right now, I feel, when it's warm in here.
Yeah, you're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me.
Why is that funny for you? Junpei bent down next to the corpse.
Alright, let's get back to the point. Who
Yep.
killed this man?
I don't know.
And what's this guy's deal? Who is he?
I'm gonna put my glass over here actually. There. I'm just going to move those underneath there.
How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you.
True, but that's not the question if you know. The more or less is, why is he here? If we had 9 people and he had a fake stuff there.
You have no idea who he is.
Why would I?
Junpei sat back on his conscious and
We
thought.
should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover. We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets?
Yeah, sorry Chloe, but we need to.
Okay, fine. Guess I'll do it.
Jumpy had no choice but to move the body on his own.
Here we...
He grabbed a hold of an area not completely covered in blood and shoved. It took a moment, but eventually Jumpy felt the man's bulk begin to shift. But just as it did,
Huh?
something fell from the man's left wrist.
Hey, it's the...
A bracelet with a sear on the face.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so.
To be honest, it actually sounds a bit electronic. Oh, that's true. They already said that everything is automatic. He doesn't need to control anything.
1. You escape from this ship.
That's why it sounds like such a weird voice.
Your heart rate, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the paraxatic mirror's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Oh, God.
Instead of the
This
bracelet.
man... He's dead, isn't he?
No shit.
No, it's just... I guess I didn't really think about it until right
He's
now.
dead, isn't he? Oh yeah, he has a big bloody fire axe right in his
If his bracelet's off,
spine.
that means he's dead.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at his bracelet to figure out that.
Yeah. I guess you're right. It is pretty obvious. Well, he looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen, though. I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kinda has it better. Dying from a bomb going off inside of you. Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There was a broken bone just sticking out of his left arm.
Ah, now left arm.
And,
Suddenly Jumpy realized what he was saying. How could he have been so cruel? He clapped his hand over his mouth. It was already too late. He turned to look at Clover. She was glaring at him furiously.
What did you just say?
Now comes the thing that we learned from the last stream as well. His left arm. Her words sounded cold. He knew an apology hardly atoned for what he'd done, but he tried anyway.
Man, I am so sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
And this
I
is
really
what
don't know what I
calms
was
her
thinking. I
down,
mean-
because Snake is still alive.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
Arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was gonna see the details.
True, actually, when I think of it.
Are you sure it was his left arm?
Jumpy thumb back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me!
She's a bit furious, but I believe it's more of a happy furious right now. She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Jumpy winced and swallowed.
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad too. The bone was sticking out of the arm.
No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed.
Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Suddenly she was crying. Jumpy wasn't sure what to do.
Thank you.
It was close to the last thing he had expected
Huh?
to hear.
What are you...
Jumpy had no idea what had just happened. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks, and he couldn't understand why he would have chosen that moment to begin crying. So he simply stood there confused.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
She thanked him again, and then something even stranger happened. Well, if she is happy, then this wouldn't be so much of a surprise. I can understand you are confused about why she's thanking you, but being surprised by this, if she thanks you and start crying, might be
Hey,
less.
what's going on with you?
I'm sorry. It's just... I'm so happy.
Why?
The
Why?
body in the shower room. It isn't his. It isn't my brother.
Huh?
It's not Snake.
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is...
She stopped
I'm
herself.
sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah, at the same time, if she doesn't tell us, she has an upper hand. She did not wish to tell him, she certainly had a reason for doing so. Perhaps more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, and she was likely right, that meant that the body in the shower room wasn't Snake. It wasn't much, but that knowledge lifts some of the weight from Junpei's heart.
He's still alive. I'm so happy.
Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. As she cried, she had pushed herself up against his chest, like a child. Junpei put his arm around her and held her
I'm
tight.
so glad.
Huh?
Junpei, you were right.
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
Sorry, I'm just right now I'm listening and just staring at the shading of his face. I started to do some sort of like lessons for that on the internet, and I just started realizing stuff like that. Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out. I'm just gonna do something here
that's-
because I feel it's very warm in here. I'm just going to. It was cold before, so I turned my radiator off. I live in the cold north. Not fully north, but in the middle of the north. In the middle of Sweden, more or less. A bit to the west. Southwest, perhaps. I don't know. That's... It was laminated bookmark with a 4-leaf cover.
I only made it here because you gave me this.
No, you actually would made it further. But then you would make sure I
Suspicious
wouldn't.
Of everybody. I was angry, but because I had this 4-leaf because of what you said to me.
Yeah.
Junpei hadn't thought his words would have such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward.
Thank you so much.
She looked up at him. He's scratching his nose and pretend to notice something interesting somewhere else in the room.
If you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa? Why?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
And suddenly, Ace, Clover broke away from Junpei.
Huh?
He looked confused. He hadn't thought she would react that poorly. Clover began to pace across the room. What is it about Santa? Six steps to the left, 6 steps to the right, another 6 to the left, and she stopped.
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Yeah, he did not like them, but he did.
He did. Did I say something wrong?
Oh no, not at all. In fact, this could be really good news, I think.
In what way? I don't understand if you're not his long-lost sister, like the dead one. Only that you called Snake your brother because you were in the same experiment as he
You
was.
think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
The fuck? Huh. Okay.
Subjects.
Huh.
The other
Okay.
people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me.
Oh, so Santa and his sister. Oh. Okay.
But he's blind. And I was part of the Nevada test group.
Nevada?
So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
Whoa. Okay, time out.
Time out. Tell me everything. Speak up, little one.
let's just calm
I actually
down
know
for
her
a second,
age.
okay?
I'm uncertain.
Start from the top. Don't start with the end
I'm
and then
uncertain
jump
if
to the
I
middle.
should supposed to say call her little one. I'm still in the mid-20s, so...
You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3, and if you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Clover nodded.
Alright, let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
I have it actually on my pad, but
Morphogenetic fields.
more or less half forgotten about it. It was the thing with the same of the crystals that people learn stuff from others, but they never met them, or never met anyone who met them, and so
Theory
on.
of the telepathic mechanism.
I think Lotus mentioned something like that.
Yep, Jumpy Rick recounted what Lotus told her earlier. Clover nodded.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys
So not
do?
mind control, but to be able to more or less hive mind. Not fully a hive mind such as a queen and the rest of them are drones, but more or less that what can we call it? A legion, more or less. Let's just use the name legion. That is probably the easiest way. They are many, if we say so.
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
The nonary game.
Oh,
9
shit.
people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Oh.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing something here?
Chloe bit her lip. She blinked back in sudden tears. What had happened to her?
The
in the
ability
bunk?
to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
Yeah, I remember that with danger.
You know
That's
how
a
sometimes
topic
when
in
you're
this
up
game.
against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany. And what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
So you're saying the nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of...
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Yes. Santa's sister. So... Wait, it's not fully Legion perhaps, but it's more or less they are able to communicate because they use the field to instead... The thing with the talk with the painting. That 5 said it was dog, and then somewhere else 10 said it was a dog. Because they somehow learned that stuff from others, but not because they send it telepathically through the air, but more or less it was gathered like on a cloud, and then they felt it, they more or less understood it. It's like a cloud more or less, but these are trying to do so it can go directly and faster. This sort of game, this nonary game. Something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment it felt very, very empty and
She
alone.
was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was...
Ace! It was like a gunshot jumping spun around.
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Once more, Ace!
You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long.
Ace looks down on the floor. The corpse covered in blood.
At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something? I'm having a little trouble and I could really use your assistance. Come on, it'll only take a moment.
You are having a bad timing. Clover waited until he was out of sight and then spoke in a small, quiet
I
voice.
don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
It's good that you don't let him hear us, because he's a part of this shit. Not this shit, but the shit 9 years ago. The same 9 years ago shit as everyone talking about. Everything about this game is 9. 9 people, 9 doors, 9 air, 9 hours, 9 years.
Junpei, What are you doing in there? Hurry
9
up.
clocks. 9 deaths. Something of everything. Okay. Grumbling to himself, Jimmy stumped towards the communications office. Yeah. Pep. We have some pep up. Okay, so now we're here again. Hello, thank you. Okay, so we are not fully done yet. Is it the room here? Oh! Alright, screwdriver, combine this. I remember I remember this part in the stream I had before. Alright, I got no code. Let's do this! Okay, I'm gonna check something here. I don't know what this means, so... Morse code to text. Rise. Conversion info. I want the other way around. Shit. Nope. Okay. Nothing there. Here again, perhaps. I just want to check here. Okay, so 1. Can I? Oh, I can. So we have dot. No, what? Wrong one. Dot. Pip. Wait, which one? Sorry if you cannot see this. I'm so curious, and at the same time, it's very calm here tonight, as you can see underneath my picture. But I don't really matter. Like I said, I love doing this. If people can come and join, I do love that. Space. Then we have wrong one. It is this one. Beep. Pop. Beep. Beep. Pop. What the actual shit is this? Okay, I'm just going to... Okay, so I get what this means now, and it doesn't make sense. V5 is equal to Z. What the shit is that supposed to mean? And here we have
Hey,
Alice.
Alan, does this mean...
All eyes. Jumpy couldn't hold back. He had known what the file was about. Alright, this is the second key. Good. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animal wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages in the file of these.
What the hell is this?
He didn't realize it spoken out loud until Ace looked over
They are
at him.
hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Of course.
No.
I can't. What would make you think I could?
What the hell?
Jumpy flew through a few more pages. It wasn't just one or two pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
Whoa, the whole thing's like...
Trying to read them was pointless. Jumpy wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to choose close the file. And something
Huh?
fell out.
What's that?
He bent down and picked it up.
Oh,
Ah, it's a Uranus card. I do bloody love this as the mark of Uranus. Because as everyone know about the joke, this little point doesn't make anything better. This one, however, doesn't.
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol.
Yes, I know. And it doesn't make things better, especially when you don't point it upside down. Because then you can see both the back and forth. Ugh. Okay, that's a very bad joke, but I need to say it sometimes.
something's written on the bottom. Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library then.
Yeah, we never actually went to the library. Right, because Clover wanted to go with the other people to murder them, and then murder me. Oh my god! And if anyone doesn't know about that, you should search something that sounds more or less like that.
So it would seem.
But this was my own design of it. Or this? Yeah, escape, novel, go directly here and jump! Hold on. Why is that closed? Why? I am certain.
Bottom deck. Oh,
I don't remember something I heard from Seven when they went.
Seven said something.
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel.
Could beneath the navel mean the bottom deck? And the Forest of Knowledge is the library?
Naval. Oh, it might be the naval. Huh, I don't really know.
Then could Alice be in a room somewhere beyond the...
What's wrong?
Jumpy blinked, only then he noticed Ace looking at him curiously and concern written across his face in equal parts.
Yeah.
Is that so? What about?
Well, don't laugh, okay?
There was no reason for Jumpy to hide his thoughts. He began to explain the theory to Ace. Then he stopped. It wouldn't make any sense if Ace didn't know who Alice was supposed to be. So he told Ace everything June had told him.
The Egyptian priestess and ice?
And the woman who wouldn't melt, who was recovered from the Titanic disaster? They called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice. And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain. According to Seven, this ship is where he hid Alice.
And you think that he hid her in a small room beyond the library on the bottom deck?
Yeah.
Yes, we need to find
No, I
her.
mean,
Let's find an Egyptian priestess. Ace started off in the distance, and his hand slowly and absent-mindedly stroking his beard. I can do that as well, more or less. I have a very weird beard. I'm more or less like this steel wool kind of beard. He turned slowly to look at Junpei, and his brows drew
Junpei,
together.
have you ever heard of the term Cass?
No. Do you have another theory? I love
It
this
stands
part.
for Cells Alive System. It is an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter.
Ah, like
Put
stasis.
simply, it is a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands as it crystallizes, damaging the cell membrane.
True.
Cass, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is super cooled using magnetic fields, and then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It was originally developed for the preservation of food, as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things.
Okay, just because for fun, K-A-S... Oh, sorry. S... Okay, I at least have...
What do you mean, other
Other.
things?
Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel.
Yeah, technically it's just talking about stasis.
Space travel?
Surely you've heard of suspended animation, cryogenic freezing?
Or
It's a
stasis.
fairly common idea in science fiction books and film. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space.
Yeah, we checked a series not long ago that was... what is it called? I don't know, but it was a weird series. I cannot even explain it.
Whoa, 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 wait a minute there.
I think it was something that the aliens cured the children of man, but then after a while one of the children that was born or something became special and became like this high intelligent being, and then for a while the persons just believed that those aliens and that girl just thought that, oh, it's time for us to leave you now, bye, because we need to evolve, and every child just disappeared. And I think they also made certain that people cannot have children anymore as well. And it ended up with the girl taking every energy from the earth to destroy it, just so it can become a part of this godlike thing from another planet that was a sort of a connected mentality, like a sort of, it was just an intelligent, it was not a form, it was a intelligent and uprise or something. It was such a weird series. Ace looked at him and raised an
Are you
eyebrow.
saying that Alice was frozen using that cast thing?
Well, I'm sure the possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility. If this special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and casts were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously.
You think she could be alive?
Well, I can't say for sure, of course. I'm only talking about possibilities. The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right? If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature...
That's nuts. Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about?
You're quite right. It does sound unbelievable. But if she had, then we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor.
True.
You mean the guy dressed
There are
like
so
a
many
captain?
different people there. We have one dead guy, one extra guy, which means now we need to have a third one. The one that killed the fake snake and the captain. Which means we have a third person, perhaps.
Yes.
Yes.
He was dead when we found him. Clearly, he was murdered. But if he was
But no
murdered,
shit, he was
then
murdered.
by
I don't
whom?
think someone can do that to himself with an axe.
It couldn't have been one of us. That would be impossible. In order to enter the captain's quarters, one must first open door 1.
Or sneak through everything, because I know you can do that, Ace. You told it yourself.
That door that requires the Earth key prevented us from access. Who was it that opened...
Santa and
Right. Clearly, the two of them could not have opened door 1. Who else then could have done so?
Nobody.
After Santa and Lotus used the Earth Key, they turned back and met up with me, and then we returned to the large hospital room and found Ace, 7. While we'd gone into the shower room, Ace, 7, and Clover had stayed behind. But it's impossible for those 3 to open door. But what about when June and I took the elevator to door? No, still won't work. We were only gone 5 minutes. No human being could have run to the captain's quarters and killed that guy in there.
It would be impossible for any of us to be them. That being the case, who could have killed him?
No
Wouldn't
idea.
it make
Sorry,
sense if
when
his
I do
killer
this,
was
like, it is
someone
my
who had
head,
been in
that's
the ship
all.
for some time? A person like that would know the ship well. They would know the locations of all the hidden passages. The numbered door would mean nothing to someone like that.
Yeah, secret doors. You know about that because I remember you taking Clover through there. They said something about that in the last one. Number door would mean nothing to someone like that.
It would be a simple thing for them to enter the...
Then you're saying the killer was Alice?
It was Junpei's turn to raise an eyebrow. Ace drew his thumb across his lips thoughtfully.
Well, this is all only one possible theory.
All ice. Alice. Is she really somewhere on the ship?
The key card in his
Maybe
hand.
this card will give me access to the Forest of Knowledge and the big mystery. What could be there beyond the Forest of Knowledge?
The thing is with this game is like, it's like Clover said, it's the same game, it's a nonary games. But this also brings back mysteries. We are connected through one thing, which is the same pharmacy. But we also have the thing that this is the old ship where Alice was once, perhaps, depends on. And all the stuff, like it's much
Whatever.
about
Gonna have
history.
to wait. I'll come back to this later.
It's just not go and kill and try to survive, it's just extra mystery in all this. Unique key. Oh, We searched the wheelhouse from top to bottom. No reason to go back. Oh, sorry, it was the wrong door. Sorry, pardon me. Coming through. Camcorder. Yeah, I know about the camcorder. Minus sign on the screen. There are 8 of them. That probably means we're gonna put in 8 digits. And technically, I don't think I have anything yet. That's the question. Hold on a second. V5 is 0. Yeah. If I take away this, I'm just going to check here. Yep, it still becomes V5. Ah, it says something here that some of these are not Morse code. Like, that is don't... So, X code that and that is not defined in Morse code, so they're just dots, okay. That was just bollocks, then I thought it meant something. It would be funny if it meant something. But no, you had to just... That's monkey with glasses. I know that, okay. Sorry, my bad. I forget which door we come from. Isn't that the door screen behind us? You're right. So whatever the camera sees, send us this kind of a real. Wait, isn't this the bloody thing with all the numbers and shit? Oh, right, this one. No, there was no idea. Okay, so it is like 9 A, B, C, D, E, F, J, G, Sorry, I need to do that in Swedish. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. I got something here. I believe this is it. This is the same as the kitchen. Oh, hi, by the way. Hi. I can see that you're here now. So, what I did last time I played this game, I just remembered, is that I did this flow. No. This flow, and then this flow, which means that I wasn't supposed to know the code for this door. But I do know that now, because I have... Alice... Control service escape, no? No, not that. I think it's gonna be here somewhere. Isn't it supposed to be here? Apparently not. Shit the same. I think I got it anyway. So... First we need Z, which is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35. 0, so it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. C, R, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 27, and O, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 24. There, I got it. It is something they called some sort of hexadecimal, which is after 9 comes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which is more or less the same as 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, stuff like that. Speaking of, I don't think I needed to know this, but yes. So let's go. Let's just open this damn door. We need to go there